Hi students, once again I welcome you to the class. As we know, we are studying about excretory system of human beings. We already covered introductory part, means nitrogenous waste materials and organs of the excretory system and the structure of nephron, right? So today we will move to urine formation of urine. In the introductory part, we studied that the main function of kidneys is making urine. That means elimination of nitrogenous waste materials like urea and others through the urine. That means nitrogenous waste materials, excess water, excess salts, all these together will be eliminated in the form of urine. Okay. And we also studied the nephrons are the structural and functional units of the kidneys. So nephrons makes the urine. Nephron helps in the preparation of urine. And let me remind you the structure of the nephron. The nephron has two important parts: renal capsule or Malpighian capsule, and the second part is renal tubule. Okay. Renal capsule again consists of two parts: a tuft of blood capillaries or a group of blood capillaries together known as glomerulus, which is enclosed on one side by a double-walled cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule. Right? This Bowman's capsule, glomerulus together called renal capsule. And behind the Bowman's capsule, convoluted tubule is present, which is known as the renal tubule. This renal tubule is differentiated into three parts. Number one is proximal convoluted tubule or PCT, and the second part and middle part, which is U-shaped or hairpin shaped, which is known as Henle's loop, which contain two limbs. One is the descending limb and second one is the ascending limb. And ascending limb continued as a distal convoluted tubule or DCT, and the DCT opens into collecting duct. Right? These are the parts of the nephron. And now we will get into topic urine formation. Urine formation occurs in three steps. Number one is glomerular filtration. Second step is selective reabsorption. And third step is tubular secretion. Okay. Three steps: filtration, absorption, secretion. Right? Okay. We see one by one. First, we will see the glomerular filtration. Okay. Remember, let me give you a definition of the glomerular filtration. The filtration of the blood from glomerulus into lumen of the Bowman's capsule through filtration membrane by passive process is called glomerular filtration. That means when the blood having nitrogenous waste material, excess water and excess salts passing through the blood capillaries of glomerulus, the contents like water, glucose, amino acids, vitamins, and urea, uric acid, ammonia, and sodium, chloride, potassium like electrolytes, all these are filtered into the lumen of the Bowman's capsule. Okay. This process occurs passively. That means for this energy is not utilized. But to the filter of the blood, for the filtration of the blood, pressures plays important role. Here three pressures plays important role. Number one is hydrostatic pressure of the blood of glomerulus. Hydrostatic pressure of blood of glomerulus, which is 60 millimeters Hg, and this pressure always favors the filtration of the blood. Okay, but this pressure is opposed by two more pressures. Number one is glomerular colloidal osmotic pressure, which is created by plasma proteins, which is about 32 millimeters Hg. And the second pressure is hydrostatic pressure of the Bowman's capsule. That means in the Bowman's capsule always some fluid is present. That fluid also causes pressure, which is known as the hydrostatic pressure of the Bowman's capsule, which is 18 millimeters Hg. Here you should remember the hydrostatic pressure of the blood of glomerulus is 60, which favors the filtration of the blood, and other two pressures do not favors the filtration of the blood. That means other two pressures works against the filtration of the blood, which is glomerular hydrostatic glomerular colloidal osmotic pressure, which is 32 millimeters, and hydrostatic pressure of the Bowman's capsule, which is about 18. That means 32 plus 18 becomes 50. This 50 millimeters Hg pressure works against the 60 millimeters Hg. That means there is a difference is there. 60 minus 50, that equal to 10 millimeters Hg. This 10 millimeters of pressure is known as net filtration pressure. This net filtration pressure, due to this net filtration pressure, filtration of the blood occurs. Okay. NFP. N means net, F means filtration, P means pressure. Net filtration pressure is 10 millimeters. That means 60 minus 50. 60 minus 32 plus 18 comes to 10. Okay. Suppose if the hydrostatic pressure of the blood of glomerulus and the sum of glomerular colloidal osmotic pressure and hydrostatic pressure of the Bowman's capsule becomes equal, the filtration of the blood do not occurs. In other words, it is called as kidney failure. Understand? That means here net filtration pressure is very important one. Okay, right? And due to this net filtration pressure, filtration of the blood occurs. Okay. As a result of filtration, what is formed? A liquid is formed in the lumen of the Bowman's capsule. This liquid is known as filtrate or primary urine. Understand? Filtrate or primary urine. This filtrate or primary urine is hypotonic in condition. Hypotonic means more amount of water, less less content. What does it mean? Substrates are less in amount, water is more. That's why it is hypotonic in condition, right? Okay. Here I would like to tell you one thing. Both kidneys on average 1100 to 1200 ml of blood filters per minute. Understood? 1100 to 1200 ml of blood filtered by the kidneys per minute. That means 1/5 of the total blood is filtered by the kidneys in a minute. Okay. On filtration of 1100 to 1200 ml of blood, 125 ml of primary urine or filtrate is formed per minute. If 125 ml of primary urine is formed per minute, in a day, 180 liters of primary urine is formed. Okay. Out of this 180 liters, at the end of the day, only 1 liter to 1.5 liters of urine is excreted by a healthy person. What does it mean? Due to filtration, more amount of primary urine is formed. When this primary urine, while passing through the PCT, loop of Henle and DCT and collecting tubule, 99% of the primary urine, that means the 99% of the contents present in the primary urine are reabsorbed. Okay, that means here primary urine contains some important substances which are very essential to our body. So these essential substances are reabsorbed into the blood. This process is known as selective reabsorption. At the same time, during the reabsorption, the epithelial cells of the renal tubule also secretes like hydrogen ions, potassium ions and ammonia into the primary urine. This process is known as tubular secretion, and this tubular secretion helps in the maintenance of balance of ions and in the balance of acid base equilibrium. Okay. That means you should remember in the Bowman's capsule, due to pressures, net filtration pressure, blood is filtered and primary urine is formed in the Bowman's capsule. And when this primary urine passing through the parts of the nephron, parts of the renal tubule, the essential substances are absorbed and unnecessary substances are secreted. Okay. Absorption is known as the selective absorption, and secretion is known as tubular secretion, right? Okay. And here I would like to tell you one more important thing is, in the structure of the nephron, I told you glomerulus is a group of blood capillaries. The wall of blood capillaries is made up of with endothelium. That means epithelial cells. Among the epithelial cells of endothelium of blood capillaries of glomerulus, minute pores are present. The minute pores are known as fenestrations. And in the same way, the wall of Bowman's capsule is made up of with special cells which are known as the podocytes. Among the podocytes also minute pores are present which are known as the filtration slits or slit pores. Okay, the fenestrations of glomerulus and the filtration slits of Bowman's capsule. Through these only the blood is filtered. Okay, and between endothelium of blood capillaries of glomerulus and the Bowman's capsule, there is one more layer is present which is known as the basement membrane. That means endothelium of blood capillaries, basement membrane, and the podocytes of Bowman's capsule. These three together forms the filtration membrane. Filtration membrane, which contain minute pores like fenestrations, filtration slits. Through these only blood is filtered. Right? In the beginning I told you now, filtration of the blood from glomerulus into lumen of the Bowman's capsule through filtration membrane. This membrane is formed by three layers. Okay. Endothelium of blood capillaries, basement membrane, and podocytes of Bowman's capsule. Right? Okay. Like here in the diagram you can see the podocytes. How podocytes are enclosing the endothelium of blood capillaries. Right? In the diagram you can see the glomerulus, means filtration of the blood. And here I would like to tell one more thing. Primary urine or glomerular filtrate, which contain essential substances, non-essential substances. Basing on their need to our body, okay, the substances present in the primary urine are divided into three types. Number one is high threshold substances. High threshold substances means the substances which are very essential to our body, which are completely reabsorbed. For example, glucose, amino acids, vitamins, and some salts. Okay. Highly threshold substances means the substances which are very essential to our body, which are completely reabsorbed while they are passing through the renal tubule, are known as high threshold substances. Example is glucose, amino acids, vitamins, salts. And second type of substances is low threshold substances. Low threshold means the substances which are not much essential to our body, and they are reabsorbed in little bit only. Such substances are known as low threshold substances. Example is urea and uric acid. And the third category is A-threshold. A-threshold substances means some of the substances of primary urine do not require to our body. They are not at all essential to our body. That's why they are not reabsorbed at all. Such substances are known as A-threshold. So they are completely excreted. Example is creatinine. Okay. That means the contents of primary urine is divided into high threshold, low threshold, A-threshold. So these are important for 2 mark questions. Right? Okay. Right. So this is all about the filtration of the blood. Right? Okay. And the second process, the second one is, already I told you, only 125 ml of primary urine is formed per the minute, and for day 180 liters of primary urine is formed. Out of this 180 liters, 179 liters is reabsorbed, and finally a healthy person will excrete 1 to 1.5 liters of the urine per day. Okay, right? That means whatever the primary urine formed in the Bowman's capsule while passing through the renal tubule, 99% of the content is reabsorbed. Okay. And the second step in the formation of urine is reabsorption. Okay. And this reabsorption we will see tomorrow. And I would like to end this class here only. Okay. This is a very important topic. So listen carefully and try to understand it. Okay. Bye. See you tomorrow.